Okay, so what about the formal cause? Well, the formal cause might be someone saying, gee, I'll only play a clarinet of the Berm system, or I'll only play a clarinet with an articulated G sharp, or just the German system. That's all I'll ever use. Or that acoustical design. That's the one. That's all I'll ever use. Um, Someone stuck up in the formal cause is stuck on some kind of aspect of the tradition of the clarinet, whether it be mechanical or acoustical, and they just won't get out of that box. They won't try anything else or think about anything else, and so they're stuck in the rut of the formal cause. Now, what about the efficient cause? The efficient cause has to do with the clarinet maker. I'll only play Yamaha clarinets. I'll only play Selmer clarinets or Buffet clarinets, or that's the only clarinet for me. Um, and people are so, or I only play clarinets that are made from there. Where is it made from? Where is it made? Who makes it? And then as soon as they find out where it's made or who makes it, they completely close their mind down. That's it. Nothing. I don't want anything to do with that. I only play clarinets made of this, that, and the other. And so they'll never try anything. They're stuck. They're stuck in the efficient cause. So, but they never get their thinking right to the final cause. Now, what about the final cause? How do we think about the final cause, and what's the content of the final cause? We'll talk about that next. All right. So how do we think of the final cause in relationship to the clarinet? Well, we think of the clarinet's ability to produce the musical sound phrase. In practical terms, let me see if I can put it in a way that really makes sense to you as a clarinet player. Whenever you try an instrument, a new clarinet or something, probably if you bring a friend along, the first question you ask is how does it sound? How does it sound? Well, now, where does that fall exactly in the causes? It really causes back. It really falls back there to the formal cause, just to produce sound itself. The real question you should ask your friend and ask yourself, because the perceptions are going to be twofold. First, what you hear and what you feel. That's pitch, color, and shape here, and response and resistance, and then the relationship of stability of pitch, color, and shape and dynamic changes. You're going to have to feel as well as hear. The question you should be asking is, how does it phrase? How does it phrase? Not just how does it sound. Of course, the clarinet has to have an acceptable sound, but how effortlessly and elegantly does it connect all those shapes into the musical sound phrase? Most clarinet players, even when they get to testing a clarinet, they're still stuck back there in one of the causes that are simply a means. Remember those three causes, those three prior causes, they wouldn't even exist. No reason for them to exist except to serve as a means to realize and actualize the final cause. So the musical sound phrase is what you should be checking. How the clarinet tunes, how beautifully all the notes connect from long pipe to short pipe, over the middle and high register transition, how stable the notes are in dynamic changes. It's a holistic way. You think about all the things you have to do to make a musical sound phrase and make it convincing and beautiful and acceptable, and you've got the idea of what the final cause is really about. And it's much more complex, and it takes much more subtlety and much more discernment and insight and developed skill than simply saying, well, if it doesn't come from that country, I don't play it. If it's not French made, or if it's not Yamaha, or if this, I don't play it. I just don't play it. I only play clarinets made of this kind of wood, or I only do this, or I only do that. You know, those people are mindless. They're stuck in the rut, in this kind of monolithic rut. They're living in a two-dimensional world of the clarinet, and their prejudice is a way that they hide the fact that they don't really understand the clarinet in the first place. You don't want to be there. The better you think about the clarinet, the more accurately think about the clarinet, the more holistically you think about the clarinet, the better you'll understand its individual parts and how everything relates. The four causes is one of the ways that I use to help me really get some perspective on any individual clarinet or any particular acoustical style that might come out. And I think the more you think about these things and apply them to your own playing, the better you develop, the more insight you get working with a systematic way of understanding a clarinet, the better off you're going to be. You're going to have better equipment, and that equipment is going to help you play the clarinet more easily and more happily. So those are the 4 causes: the formal cause, the efficient cause, let's see, what is it? The material cause, the formal cause, the efficient cause, and the final cause. Always keep your eyes on the prize. Always keep your eyes on the final cause, and don't get distracted in the sideshows. The sideshows are important because they're the means, but the final cause is the thing that really judges whether any of these means is really successful or not. And that's the only thing that really matters. When you step out on the stage, nobody cares how shiny the keys are, what the body of the clarinet is made from, or who made the clarinet. They only care about one thing: how you produce that musical sound phrase and how inspiring you played. And that's the only thing you should really ultimately be concerned about. Okay? Don't get stuck in the means, all right? Don't get stuck on stupid. And I hope this helps. See you next time. Right, Mr. Paul? Ridenour Clarinet Products, a division of Southern Star Clarinet Enterprises, would like you to know that no teleprompters were injured in the making of this video.